Now, your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast with Ryan Martin.
Welcome back, everybody. Health index for today, we're low just about everywhere except for mold. We are high in that category, and this is all courtesy of Texan Allergy and Dr. Paul Fulmer. Now, our almanac had us only 1 degree below average today, slightly below average at 87 degrees, and also slightly below average for our low 62 compared to our average of 64. And right now across the basin, still seeing some very nice conditions, high 70s in the central basin, even seeing some 60s up in southeastern New Mexico, but we are holding on to the 80s down along the border, Presidio and the Big Bend, both in the low 80s. But not much going on the satellite radar. We're relatively clear, and we're going to stay clear going through Monday, but starting Tuesday, we got chances of thunderstorms making a comeback. You can see the low pressure making its way down south. Going to give us some rain chances just about all this week except for the beginning. So clear on Monday, but then starting Tuesday, thunderstorm chances are going to start to pick up, and we're going to keep a lot of humidity in the air the next couple days. Going to be a lot of moisture, but that's all thanks to the rain we're going to be seeing. As soon as you think it starts to dry up, the rain chances make a comeback and keeps the humidity sticking around. So we've had a very humid September so far, and it should continue at least for this next upcoming week, but not really much going on in terms of wind. We are seeing 13-mile-an-hour wind speeds though in Odessa, Midland, 10-mile-an-hour wind speeds in Wink, but calm out in the Guadalupe Mountains. We're also staying relative 14-mile-an-hour wind speeds in Fort Stockton. Not really much picking up on our wind gusts, but we did see some gusty winds earlier today. Saw 20s over in the central basin, even seeing 21 up in southeastern New Mexico, 25 in the Guadalupe Mountains, and we're going to start to see more mild conditions starting tonight. Northern basin forecast for tonight, seeing temperatures in the low 60s. You can see the 61 in Tatum, 61 in Lovington, 63 in Hobbs. Jow going to get up to 66 degrees for the low tonight, and Carlsbad down to 63. While we could be seeing some 90s tomorrow, Andrews, Jow, Big Spring, Gale, Lamesa, all have a chance of seeing the 90s. Carlsbad as well. We're going to stay in the 80s though. Tatum, Lovington, Hobbs, Seminole, and Artesia. Now going into the central basin, high 60s tonight for a low. Then we're going to stay in the 70s in Grand Falls, Crane, Rankin, Big Lake, Cope Ranch, and Garden City. Then tomorrow, just about everywhere in the central basin has a chance of potentially seeing those 90s once again. And going into the Trans-Pecos, 60s tonight in Red Bluff, Pecos, Balmorhea, Fort Stockton. But we're going to stay in the 70s, Bakersfield, Ira, and Sheffield, Dryden, and then going into the Trans-Pecos tomorrow. Temperatures back up into the 90s, though Balmorhea and Sanderson are going to stay in the 80s, so good news for you over there. And then tonight, low 60s, Pine Springs, Valentine, Marfa, Presidio, and the Big Bend going to stay in the 70s, but also seeing mid 60s in Alpine and Marathon, so a good forecast there. Then tomorrow, 82 degrees in Alpine, 84 in Marathon, high of 79 in Valentine, Pine Springs, Fort Davis, and Marfa. So that's honestly ideal conditions for their Monday. And looking at our 7-day forecast, got clear skies tomorrow, but that's going to change starting on Tuesday. Back up to a 30% chance of thunderstorms, a 40% chance on Wednesday and Thursday, and then a smaller chance on Friday and a bigger chance on Saturday. You can see a 50% chance for the weekend. But temperatures, though, going to drop down into the low 80s on Wednesday, 82 degrees and 83 degrees on Thursday. So temperature-wise, we're looking good. Always good to have the rain in the forecast, but an absolutely pretty gorgeous Monday, except for that time in the late afternoon we're going to touch those 90s. But besides that, wow, good way to start the work week.
It's heating back up and then cooling right back. And today was actually a beautiful day.
Yeah, we're like the stock market for the weather, just 90s and back down in the 80s. The 90s again? Nope.
The rain is just blowing my mind. The amount of rain, it's been a very
wet,
strange September.
Yes.
That is for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Ryan.